swear to God, mine are not gonna be forbidden tonight. Always expecting something sweet, always expecting something doesn't lie. Every time that I turn around, I look to the light. See, you smiling back at me. Yo, what's going on, family? Yes, sir. I had the day off because it's Veterans Day. You know what I mean? And so I was sitting around, I was messing around on YouTube today, and yeah, I just wanted to get on here. I was vibing out at the crib. I was just listening to Taz. Pause that real quick. I was just listening to Taz, and you know, I had this little topic on my mind, and then I wanted to get a opportunity, get on here and kind of display some of the things that I've been working on in my classrooms with one project in particular. It's called the Build Your City Project. And so, I'm hoping I get a couple of people to come fall through on your boy. And, and I got something to display to the family. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one more time hoping that, I get a couple people to fall through to display what I've been working on and and had this discussion because I wanted to hear from y'all, man. At the end of the day, right? I do what I can, just to start it off. I do what I can in terms of being able to uh, inspire, motivate, empower, anything I can to try to help the shorties that I'm working with. You know what I mean? Yo, peace, brother. Man, how you doing this evening, good brother Emmanuel? Yeah, man. Eventually, I'm hoping that I get a couple people over here for this discussion because I want to hear from y'all, man. Uh, these first 10 weeks of school, I wanted to tell the people what I've been working on, my little tricks, and you know, anything I can do to try to trick kids into coming to class and being there and being attentive when they there. You know what I mean? I don't never want my classes to be boring. I don't think any of my students say that my that my classes are boring. And for the record, I teach U.S. history, then consumer ed. I have an advisory class that I sit over. I don't really teach nothing in there, although we have topics and sometimes it's required that they write papers and do certain stuff like listen to podcasts or listen to a documentary or something like that, right? But you know what my struggle has been, I can't get kids to log on. I can't get them to log in and log on. If I get them to come to class, fam, look, man, I'll tell you right out. Hey, Joe, yo, shorty gonna do my work, fam. It almost sounds like a threat. It really ain't a threat though, because I put it in terms that's relevant to them, right? So I'm saying, look, man, you didn't already. This is my speech to him, man, for real, for real. Look, you done already signed up for school, shorty, right? And since you done signed up, you might as well learn something. And so what I'm about to show you, what I'm about to teach you, you ain't never heard before. And if you'd heard it before, you stop me and tell me what you think you know, and then I'm going to add on from there, guaranteed, right? That's literally my speech to the shorties, Joe. That's literally what I be saying when I'm in class. And, on a daily basis, I try to deliver on what it is I'm saying. So, in U.S. history, for example, right? I'm telling the shorties, hey, look, G, I'm gonna teach you U.S. history, but we not gonna start with George Washington. We gonna start with why they came over here, who was here when they got there, the Europeans bring civilization, you know, for the uh first 3 weeks of school, right? In US history. All we did was look at how to do proper research. That was it. That was the assignment. That's what we was talking about every day, right? And the reason why I was doing it, I just tell y'all outright, I'm the son of a country boy, right? My pops, he a country boy. And so we call it tilling the soil. You see? So as I'm showing them this stuff in US history, I'm like, but look, Joe, did you ever hear this? Why you think they ain't teach you this? Why you think they ain't teach you that? Right? Because everything is what? Perspective. You see? And so don't let me build your perspective. Let me give you the resources. Let me give you the primary sources. Let me give you the tools. You know what I mean? So boom, you don't need to evaluate and analyze and dig into every single topic and everything. But boom, these are the tools that you got in your toolbox. I'm hoping for the rest of the school year. All of the time, I'm having them research Donald Trump. What are his accomplishments? It don't matter what we feel about him. What are his accomplishments in office? Why are people so triggered by Donald Trump? See what I mean? I'm getting them to look at the other side of the coin, right? What if you were in for y'all that don't know, I'm in Chicago. I teach in Chicago public schools. So primarily, Chicago is a Democratic city, and I seriously doubt in the next 3 decades, if a Republican candidate ever win in Chicago, they would have to be, goddamn dynamic to win here. You know what I mean? Like, but anyway, I'm trying to get them to look at the other side of the coin. So I'm got I had a assignment where they had to research the accomplishments of Donald Trump, and then each student. And so this is my trick. This was my trick for Google Classroom as it relates to the topic today, right? So my trick was, if you didn't come to class, I didn't assign you an assignment. So what I learned in the first 2 weeks of school was, instead of shorties coming to class, what they'll see is what I'm posting in Google Classroom, and then they'll do the assignment and not ever show up. They would never log in. So my trick was, I figured after them seeing me not post nothing for 4 or 5 days, right? That they ass was gonna come to class and say, "Hey man, what's the assignment? I ain't been getting no assignments." And then I hit them with the news. Well, I only assign assignments to students who come to class, right? And so I figured if I said that, well, goddamn, what I'm saying, Shorty would say to himself, you know what? Damn, man, hey, this man ain't playing around. Man, I'm gonna have to log in every morning, right? Nigga, I was wrong. Y'all hear me? Shorty no say, well, if you ain't posting nothing in Google Classroom, well, shit, I guess ain't nothing going on in this class, you know? and I had, maybe 10, 12 more kids that started logging in. But, you know, for the most part, Shorty and them never came, never turned nothing else in because I never assigned nothing to them, because they never came to class. Right. And I emailed, and here go the killer. right? Here go the killer. I emailed the parents directly and told them what I was doing. You know how many emails I got back that said, hey, man, I don't like this, man. Hey, man, you know, maybe you should try something else. You know how many emails I got back that said that? None. You know how many emails I got that said, hey, man, that's a good idea. You know, man, they shouldn't get no assignment if they don't come to class. I understand that. It's built-in integrity in what you're doing, you know. And, you know, just for the record, you know, not trying to pin no roses on myself or nothing, right? But that creates a lot more work for me. So instead of just posting one assignment and giving it to everybody, right? Every assignment I have to individualize. So that creates a lot more work for me, right? So then I start calling these parents. Hey, ma'am, you know, your daughter, she done turned in assignments. Man, these assignments are awesome. You know, all the words spelled correctly. I love her perceptive ideas and things of this nature. But ma'am, sir, uh, your daughter and them, they not coming to class. Your son, he not logging in. And ma'am, in the syllabus, it is stated that if you don't show up, that's 30% of your grade. Attendance is 30% of your grade. It is stated in the syllabus. All right. So, um, you know, that was that, right? So what I noticed was as I was making these calls for students who wasn't showing up, right? Man, all my calls was going to voicemail. I said, God damn. Man, I had to take it personal. So, you know, of course, me, you know, Captain Save them all, you know. I said, man, let me get slick. You know, let me call from my cell phone. All right, let me call from my cell phone, see if these kids logging in. And for the record, let me say out loud, these is high school kids. You know, high school, south side of Chicago. We are 100% online here in Chicago. And, you know, it creates a little more work for us as teachers. We want to make our lesson plans exciting. And, you know, I don't want that shit to be boring. If Shorty get online, you know, in my class, I don't want it to be boring. You know, I understand. You gotta log, you gotta get up, wash your face and all that type of good shit. And, you know, you don't want to get on camera looking bogus because I require that you turn your camera on. I don't want you to be doing nothing nefarious, you know what I'm saying? So I require it, you know, turn your camera on. You know, damn that, you know. You know, I got my camera on, you turn your camera on. Shit, you know, I go to the school to do my lessons, by the way. So I'm in my classroom. You know what I'm saying? And so why am I doing all of this? I'm modeling the shorty that, hey, look, Joe, I ain't at my crib in my trousers doing this. I done got up this morning, you know what I'm saying? I done you know, got dressed, I done put on a bow tie and all that type of shit. You feel me? I done drove to work and, you know, and I'm up bright and early talking like this. You feel me? Talking like this at 8 in the morning. You feel me? Right? Man, peace and love, Khadijah, man. Thank you for coming, man. Hey, and I'm about to show you one of the lessons that I'm doing in my class, man. It's called the Build a City Project. It's a B1 project. You would be proud of it, sis. Stick around. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm modeling the behavior I expect, right? You log into my class, you got your camera on. Don't be laying down on me. I ain't laying down on you. I'm up at 7 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? To draw to work. You got a cup of coffee in me. I ain't, you know, good morning, everybody. I ain't talking like that. You know, my students will tell you if one of them pop into the chat, because I told them about my my YouTube channel. So if one of them pop into the chat, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I'm gonna put them on and so they can tell you exactly what be going on in my classes. I don't, I man my tongue when I'm in my classes and everything. I don't be just cussing. A cuss word might slip out there every now and again, though. I ain't gonna lie. But it's all in the context of the lesson. But anyway, right? Anyway, uh, 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 in U.S. history, this is how I'm trying to make it interesting, right? I'm like, man, before Europeans got here, because everybody got this narrative, and I had this little PowerPoint with the birds singing and all of this in the background. Everybody got this narrative that Europeans brought civilization everywhere they went. Hey, dang, y'all. Hey, this is my wifey, man. Y'all give me 2 seconds. Y'all give me 2 seconds. I gotta take this call. Hey. Yeah, that was my wifey. She was coming in for work, so what I'm saying, I had to take that call. What I mean? But anyway, right? I'm like, man, we got this narrative that Europeans brought civilization. And I say it out loud. Europeans ain't brought civilization nowhere. Nowhere on planet Earth. And if you can bring that to class and show me documentation where some Europeans took civilization anywhere on planet Earth, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got it. This your class, I got you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna listen to you for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? Right? But anyway, I didn't assign each shorty a different civilization that existed before Columbus got here. And so they had, ample time to come up with their research. They had to do a little research paper, a couple of Google slides. I gave them a rubric and all of that kind of good stuff, right? And, you know, um, so I mean, the papers are awesome. The Google slides, they need a little work. I'm just telling y'all the truth. But the papers was awesome. And I know it's not plagiarized. Because a couple of words was misspelled, and you know, capitalization was off a little bit. But because this not an English class, I don't you know, over exert myself on that kind of stuff. But anyway, here, let me show y'all. Let me go ahead and start showing y'all my screen. Now, look, fam, I'm proud of this, man. I'm proud of this. And, you know, don't, don't, you know, I need y'all to follow me, right? So, in my consumer ed class, right? In my consumer ed class, we started off the class one more time talking about how to do proper research, right? And so I had them research how do they use game theory to sell certain products. You know what I mean? And I was showing them how they use propaganda to sell products and how they use sex to sell products and all of this kind of stuff, right? And so that is what led us to building this city, because I was using the basis of them doing research on how to you know how to research jobs, how to research data to build the city. I was setting them up to build this city. So this is my fifth period city. My fifth period city. They built, the name of their city is called Crown City, right? And so both of the cities that they built are independent. All of my students are African American from the South Side of Chicago, right? So you know, the idea was to build an independent black city, right? An independent black city, right? And in this city, we ran everything from start to finish. We're from Yanda to Yankee, as the old folks used to say, right? And the mayor, this was his little note to everybody. Like if you was to open it up on line or whatever, this would be the note to Crown City. You know what I'm saying? The little opening slab to Crown City. And so, you picked your profession, and your profession, that's what you created in the city, right? So the mayor, his job was to make sure that things was properly funded, and that the city was shown in the best light. And so he critiqued a little bit of the slides and helped some of the people overall get their slides together. He just gave a little advice here and there. I mean, did they take the advice? No, so but that I made that his responsibility, right? So next slide, and this is I think this is funny, right? So this is Mia. She was gonna have a construction company, and this girl went and found a picture of a pink crane. Y'all see that pink crane in the bottom left hand corner? Oh man. So Mia, of course, I mean not Mia, Maya, of course, she building skyscrapers. Maya's building homes. She took into account green technology. Uh, she's trying to use green products in the build. All of the buildings in Crown City are to have plants on the top, and this is for air conditioning and things of that nature. All of these things are in her designs that she submitted and everything. So I thought it was dope, you know. And so, this is my one of my favorite students. You know what I'm saying? Miyamura Henry. So she was an architect, and she helped design the state building. And she put this slide together, and she felt as though, the mail delivery system that we use in the United States is not efficient. So she came up with an efficacy table to make it more efficient, to where everybody get their mail on time, and you know what I'm saying, and all of that, and bills are delivered at a certain time. And I mean it was super dope. You know what I'm saying? It was super dope, right? And so the idea one more time is for us to be independent, right? For us to be independent. So what that meant was that we are not getting energy from NICOR. We are not getting energy from ComEd. We're not. No, that is not what we're doing here. What we're doing is creating our own energy. That was the challenge. And so my students decided to power the city with solar panels and wind farms. Uh, uh, as you can see in the picture on the right, the heat from the solar panels, they are using it to grow herbs, vegetables. Dietary science is one of the things that is studied at the university that is inside of the city. So that's what this slide represents. Um, and then here go my girl Mia again, showing the luxury housing inside of Crown City. She said that the housing is so beautiful that people just come to look at it. You know what I'm saying? And again, she's the architect, right? You know, um, um, we also were looking at green technology as a way of getting ahead of the curve and building the city of the future. Um, Um, the slide on the left represents over 40,000 jobs that would have an average income of almost $87,000 a year. You know, I felt like this project was going to be challenging enough, rigorous enough to keep their attention, and then my quality control of, and then steady suggesting to them, so what you gonna do when it's time to deliver the internet, right? Who you gonna do? You gonna call Comcast? That's not what we do in Cram City, you know what I'm saying? And I kept challenging them, and they kept delivering. You know what I'm saying? They kept delivering. You know. This is Dr. Martin's, Shamaria Martin. She's going to be a psychiatrist, and so these are some of the areas of focus of her practice. Marriage counseling. Why marriage counseling? First, because strong families build strong communities. You know what I mean? Mental health counseling and things of that nature, trauma victims, and then medication as needed. The reason why it's worded that way is because, again, we focus on dietary science as much as possible in Crown City is, and then also in our other city. I'm gonna show y'all that one too, right? Um, this is the crown jewel of both cities to me. This was an effort of many conversations that we had on Google Classroom, right? The justice system, you know. So, it was a conversation on how the United States injustice system, uh, how we create so many jobs by going to jail, and how we needed to do that, how we needed to change the justice system in Crown City. And so in Crown City, we had to take the extraordinary step, right, of not being subject to state and federal laws due to the disenfranchisement of African Americans within the United States, the historical travesty that we have encountered here, you know. And so, everything is internal in the city. We have community policing. This is, of course, ideal. And again, I told my students that, once it's practical in our mind, then it must be practical with our hands. And I bring up the Frederick Douglass quote, that he prayed and prayed for freedom, but until he prayed with his legs, you know, I bring that quote up a lot. So, this is the outcome, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can see, man, is be one inspired. You feel me? And I told him, man. I told him, and it's a quote from Brother Rob. You can write it down if you like. You know what I'm saying? Put it on Facebook. We got to think bigger than our circumstances to overcome them, y'all. You see? And so this is what I'm pumping into their head. They got to think bigger than their circumstances to overcome them. You can't think small and match up to overwhelming odds. You can't think small. You got to think big. And so, this is the outcome. Beachfront property. They gave Chicago a offer they couldn't refuse. And so we was able to buy a couple of beachfront acres, and here it is. You did? Crown City, baby. You know what I'm saying? Downtown housing, you know, downtown housing, you know, inspired by, one of my favorite students, me, right? Affordable housing. So, as I explained to her, and shout out to the mayor of Crown City, Big L, you know what I'm saying? Mayor of Crown City. My man's said that, yeah, I'm the mayor, but I could live downtown. I could live in a luxury housing. Nah, Mr. Williams. I'ma live in with the common folks. I'ma live in an affordable house. You know what I mean? It gonna be nice, you dig? You know what I'm saying? You know how Shooty's talk. And I love that in him. But it was just beautiful to see that she was thinking about families, and she was thinking about housing, you know. We were talking about how brutal the winter here is in Chicago. You know, how the city, with all of the money that we spend, how, we should do more for our homeless. These are things that she was thinking about. And then, of course, we had to give them a reason to come to Crown City, to come spend money there. You feel me? So we got like something in comparison to the Mall of America, but of course, the predominantly uh, uh, bulk of the shops within the mall are owned and operated by, yours truly, black folks. You feel me? But of course, we got something that's comparable to the Mall of America. Theme parks, and, world class gyms with our dietary science and all of this type of stuff. You feel me? We was thinking big, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who in the chat or whatever, you feel me? But I'm just telling you, right? This is what I'm doing online in Google Classroom to get your little knucklehead ass shouty to come check it out. It ain't gonna be boring, fam. I'm just justifying why they should be there. You see? We're a renowned park. You did? And yeah, boutique. You see my boo, her boutique. You better come shop with my baby. Oh man, I love it. Look at that. At the high school, elementary school. All of the schools named Panther. Panther Elementary, Panther Middle School, Panther High School. You dig? At the university. You feel me? See, that's what I want to bring your attention to at Panther University. First thing I want you to look at is our mission statement. Our mission statement. What's our mission statement at Panther University? We grow our own solutions. Yeah, that's what we do at Panther University. We grow our own solutions. Hey, man. Hey. I'm proud of my students, and I love this right here. Look, right, y'all see that? You can study anything you want at this new generation HBCU, right? But what we know for at Panther University is our research and development for dietary science and green technology. Huh? Hey man, black folks from all over the world come and get their masters at Imhotep School of Medicine. Hey, y'all see that, G? Oh man, hey, look, man, I'm proud, fam. Man, my jaw's over here. Man, now my jaw's hurting because I'm smiling so high. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the real G. Man, this make me feel good about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we had to have Jada. She had to have her beauty parlors. You know, she said that she gonna be creating jobs and she gonna be creating new millionaires. I ain't tell her to put Madam CJ Walker up in there. And now this is student driven. Yeah, I sassed them out a little bit about making sure it looked good. I'm gonna show this to everybody, make me look good. Dang, the money, man. Why is your wording so dark, boy? Can't nobody see that fool. Let me help my shouty out real quick, y'all. This man then his wording black in the background black. What's wrong with him, man? Boom, there we go. So the money, he runs a security training company, right? I stole the idea from Cerulean Gray. Shout out to Cerulean Gray. You know what I'm saying? He hit me with the idea. I hit Shorty with the idea. Each one teach one, right? And so not only does he run a security company, but he also runs this nightclub, you know? And shout out to Damani and Dimitri. You know what I'm saying? Them my little dudes right there. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all being safe, bro. Making good decisions. Making good decisions. If y'all listening, I'm hoping y'all making good decisions, man. Good. But anyway, you know, uh Deshaun, he was a firefighter inside of Crown City. And so we practice fire prevention in Crown City. And so this is an added bonus to insurance, right? Our insurance rates are low because we practice what? Fire prevention, fire retarded paint, fire retarded furniture. And so because of these ideas, this creates jobs, this creates industry, you see? And then this comes out of the R&D department of where? Panther University. What I tell y'all? We grow our own solutions. Huh? Right? So this is the last slide for Crown City, right? And again, those slides were produced by students who what? Come to class, right? So this Blazer, Illinois, this second period, right? So um I know that these slides are repeated, but I'm about to show y'all the CEO, Dimitri, Shorty, who brother, he ran the security company. This is his brother. He runs the energy company. And so Blazing, Illinois, and Cram City, they are neighboring. And so because they are neighboring, they industrial parks share energy, and you're about to see. They have a smart grid to deliver this energy as well as information technology across the city. So shout out to the Plumber Brothers, right? So yeah, this is a repeat, right? You know what's not repeated is uh us again growing our own solutions at Panther University. These wind turbines also double to grind the grain, and they also what? Pump water into the city. And then we had one of my shorties who was president of the water reclamation district, and in the R&D department at Panther University, he was able to clean the water for both cities. Oh yes, we were thorough. You feel me? We were thorough. So this was that smart grid that I was telling y'all about. You know what I'm saying? This was that smart grid that I was telling y'all about. And you know, again, man, it was just me saying, hey man, look, you want a grade? You want to pass? You the CEO, bro. It's your responsibility to come up with the ideas. That's why your name is on the front of the check. Boy, when I said that in Google Classroom, you should have seen the look on my man's face when I said your name on the front of the check. You know, just a sidebar, right? Um, I know a lot of people think ill of public schools, and oh man, things is too far gone. The gynocracy. And that man, hey, look, man, look, uh, sidebar. I'm getting through to these kids, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make it an extra credit assignment for them to come through, right? I promise you, fam, that on my word, I ain't gonna tell them to say nothing for me. I'm just y'all can come up with the questions. You know what I'm saying? Don't put the questions in the chat or nothing. Y'all come up with the questions, give me the question, and then I'll read them off to the shorty. And you can ask them. You know what I'm saying? To prove to you, bro. I'm getting through to them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, right? The man, by doing research, found out that all you need is 16 solar panels, and you can provide electricity for one individual home. And these ain't no small homes, right? 16 solar panels will power a 3,000 square foot home. This research that Shorty had to do. You did, right? Again, we sharing resources, right? And so my man Pat, shout out to Pat. He talk about going to Western Illinois University, but of course, I told him to keep his options open. Of course, I told him about some HBCUs that I know got great support systems. I know that Arkansas Pine Bluff, they definitely got a great support system for students from freshman to graduation. Um, shout out to them. I also know a number of HBCUs, but Arkansas Pine Bluff in particular. hmm But Pat, if you notice in the word, right, first couple of sentences, we don't teach students what to think. They teach students how to think. Mm, uh, I'm getting through to these kids, bro. I ain't tell him to put that in there. He just know that it better be, hey, I better be impressed when I see your slide, cuz. Cause if I don't, man, hey, you turned it in, but I'm gonna give you what you earn. My shorties know I ain't playing with them when man, Joe. They know I ain't playing. Look, right? They go Pat again. Oh, my fault. Harold Washington Elementary School. Huh? For people who don't know, Harold Washington was the first black mayor of Chicago, right? Macon Allen High School. Uh, uh, man, Joe, these guys, man, they impressed me, bro. Right? And then, and then we come to what? Man, I'm so proud of these kids, man. Daniel Hale University. At Daniel Hale University, it is the last words, it is the parting words of our great master teacher, John Henrik Clarke. Do your best work. Whatever it is that you good at, do that. Right? New generation HBCU. Man, you know, maybe it'd be a good idea to to build a new HBCU. We ain't built one in a couple of years. Maybe we should build a new one. But anyway, look, right? They got the cutting edge technology for their education program, right? And then they also focus on green technology, right? You can get your master's from the Dr. Amos Wilson School of Education. You can get your master's. You can get your master's from the Dr. Amos Wilson School of Education. Now, if that ain't empowering to you, man, what? What? What's the name of the program? Best practices for cultivating black genius. I'm gonna keep moving, fam. So my girl D'Angela, shout out to D'Angela. She's moving out of Chicago once she graduate. She's gonna be pre-med. She's gonna go to I believe she said she was gonna be a pediatrician. D'Angela, I'm mad if I don't be mad at me if I got it wrong. I think she said she want to be a pediatrician or OBGYN. I don't know. But this is James McCoon Smith Memorial Hospital. It's a historical black hospital. Now, if you notice, the hospital got 700 beds, but they got 2,400 doctors. The extra doctors is for research, y'all. I'm just telling you, man. Hey, man, this the shorties, fam. This the shorties, right? I prac. They got their high price homes. He's a real estate investor, not an architect, you know. And so these his slides, you know, middle class homes, right? Homes, and then he also now, if you notice in Blazing, Illinois, they have apartments. Um, the architect in Crown City, she didn't really particularly like apartments. Of course, she got the downtown apartments and condos, but steered away from apartment buildings. She was more focused on homes. Uh, but in Blazing, Illinois, they have the option for apartments. Um, and these the apartments are primarily around the university. Yeah, and then they got the same justice system that we was talking about. They got nightlife and all of that. You know, they really nice houses and all of that. You know, you know. But shout out to my man Ramonte. Ramonte is the CEO of you know Blazing Incorporated. Blazing Bank, if you will, right? And so, you know, he said that he would be taking care of everybody banking needs. You know, all right, man. And he was gonna be funding a lot of the research and development at both universities. He was gonna be making heavy investments in pre-K and elementary education. And oh man, shout out to Ramonte, man. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see, the comptroller. Shout out to our comptroller. He came up with the taste of Blazing, Illinois. He said they got a jerk section. Oh, oh man. Because everybody jerk everything here in Chicago and stuff. So, oh man, I'm going the wrong way. Oh man, that's so funny, man. And then the tax system. These were lots and lots of conversations, man. Some of them were uncomfortable. I put and mechanical engineering the focus of my good brother Rob. You know what I'm saying? Um, Mechanical engineering he felt like could be used in a multiplicity of areas. So shout out to Rob, and so I think that is the last slide. Yeah, for both of those. And so I don't know if I don't know if let me stop sharing. Yeah. All right. So I don't even know how many people I had up in there and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But man, I feel like I'm doing everything I can. I feel like I'm doing everything I can to bring these kids to Google Classroom. I feel like I'm doing everything I can to bring these kids to Google Classroom and I make it interesting, right? Um, in my Pan African history class, that is what it is named. If you have an issue with Pan African, the Pan Africanist movement and all that, look, that's the name of the class. That's how it show up on their report card. You know, take it up with the principal. You know what I'm saying? Right? But I had them doing each student that come to my class that they doing research on different people from that are the founding fathers of the Pan Africanist thought. We go as far back as David Walker, and we come up to modern day as close as Thomas Sankory. I throw these names around. Some people don't know who CLR James is. My students will. Some people don't know who Absalom Jones is. My students will. I'm gonna take advantage of my resources. I'm gonna be hollering at the history brothers over there, NBK. I'm gonna try to get Seneb or Danny or Rob Bourne, one of them to come over and speak to my students in my history class about uh Pan Africanists such as Henry Sylvester Williams and Martin Delaney, and because these men are great men, started something powerful, right? I even got Press Hall. I even got them doing the research on Press Hall. So I leave no stone unturned. I'm unbiased when it comes to giving information, right? But who responsibility is it, y'all? you know, for the few people I got in this chat room. Do the parents, because look, I didn't call their ass. I'm telling y'all, I promise you, on my word, I didn't call their ass. They didn't either block me, you know, or they don't check their voicemails. I didn't email them. I don't know what else to do other than that. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all what else I'm gonna do. I might put it on camera, right? I might put it on camera. Next week is supposed to be report card pickup. Nah, nigga, it's gonna be report card drop off, nigga. I'm coming to them shorties' crib, Joe. It's gonna be me and my co-workers. We gonna be masked up and all of that with our mask on and you know, and helmets on and whatever else we gotta put on to be safe, right? But I'm knocking on some doors. Hey, fam, why you ain't coming to class? What the hell going on? I'm gonna do everything I can. Man, talking about some man, you know, it's too far gone. Shit, brother Rob gonna see. I'ma see if it's too far gone. I'ma see, you know, cause hey, to be honest with you, right? Man, I ain't looking for Republicans to help me. I ain't looking for Democrats to help me. I ain't looking for Trump to help me, Joe Biden to help me. Well, for that matter, Obama to help me. Every time I look for some help, I come to y'all. Hey, we doing this. Hey, can the community help? Other than that, other than that, the people who so graciously fund our school, I go with what I got, and then I put my little couple of dollars up. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that you know, the circumstances get met. You know what I mean? I don't make no excuses. You don't hear me on here begging. You don't hear me on here complaining. If the parents help me, great, great. But literally, I get shorty them number. I'm texting them. I'm calling them. Hey, nigga, what the hell going on, G? You better be your ass on land tomorrow, fam. I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what I'm on, right? Man, peace, man. Love, peace and power to you, Doug. Look, right? My next couple of lessons, these next 10 weeks, right? I'm literally about to focus on in my consumer ed class, justifying being able to live in these cities that we didn't create it. If you want to run a construction company, don't you realize, Shorty, that your personal credit gotta be outstanding? Don't you understand that you need to understand how these contracts are chopped up in the state of Illinois, down there in Springfield, downtown Chicago? You need somebody at the table to at least hear who gonna get the check. You know, I know everybody don't like politics. You you need to at least hear who getting it. You know, we shouldn't need the news media to tell us who getting the checked chopped up downtown Chicago. See, I know a couple of lawyer buddies. I know a couple of people that work for the Water Reclamation District. You feel me? I know couple of people that work for People Gas. I know a couple of people that's in banking. So that's where I get my information from. The people who work for the goddamn companies, the people who work for the city, the people who tell me how this shit run. You see, you see, when it really boiled down to it, right? You know, I could be really nasty. I could. I get on here and complain for 3 hours and could be justified. And the reason why I say it is because y'all see it. Y'all see my work. Y'all see it. I just don't brag, fam. I don't go around brag and talk about what I'm doing in the community and that I'm a superstar and that shorty wouldn't make it without me and all that type of shit. I'm low-key chilling, fam. I'm humble about what I do. I'm humble about it. I realized something, right? Shorty and them didn't ask to come here. And so by me being an educator and a community activist and a public speaker sometimes, right? I have to walk in my lane and I got to stay in my lane and I got to have integrity and I got to do all I can while I can. And I can't worry about who ain't going to help me and who G'ing with me and who riding with me because I got to keep going because I might inspire the man. I might inspire the woman that might inspire y'all. It don't matter that people not inspired by what I'm doing. You don't have to erect no statues in my honor because of the work that I'm doing. I know what I signed up for. I know what I signed up for. I know what I gotta do. I know I could make more money. I know I could. I left corporate America to do this. That's why I left corporate America. Boy, if I showed you a spreadsheet of when I was in the bank, nigga, nigga. Boy, I could sell ice cubes to Eskimos. You hear me? Man, I ain't lying to you, fam. I could sell damn coats in Arizona, nigga. Yes, sir. I got a mouthpiece, Joe. When it comes to selling shit, man, I'm pretty good at it. I am. If I showed you a spreadsheet when I was in the bank, nigga, I was feeling some type of way about what I had heard on the news about our shorties and was seeing how people was responding. I was at a neighborhood event. I was in my bank garb. I was really out there trying to get some new accounts, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I had my little table set up and you know, shit, I'm trying to sign people up for some free checking. And the lady asked me if I wanted to speak in the event was about unity in the community. You know what I'm saying? And about how we need to work together. And so, I got up there, and let's just say that the people responded, you know, to what I was saying, and they was inspired. And so, you know, man, I ain't really feel like what was going down at the bank. Make a long story short, the lady was trying to get me to sell second mortgages to black people, and I wouldn't do it. And she tried to call the regional manager on me and everybody manager on me, and I told they ass to, go suck one. I ain't selling that shit. You know, Forget y'all. You know what I'm saying? And you know, week later I came up in there with a jogging suit on. You know what I'm saying? And my letter of resignation because I knew she was gonna walk me once I told her that I was gonna leave. And so had my little box or whatever and collected my shit and didn't look back. I ain't had no experience in education, but shout out to Keisha Davis Johnson. You know what I'm saying? She gave me a shot. Yeah. And the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? The rest is history. I love what I do. I be pumped up in the morning. You know, I ain't go, man, this election was an alley oop for me in U.S. history. You know, so that's why I was able to kind of give shorties time to do their research paper and talk about the election and make it relevant every day. Some of the topics that we discussed on YouTube, I was discussing with them in class. Well, my nigga Taz feel like this. What you think, shorty? Man, he'll probably G with you. Me and that nigga disagree right here. You know what I'm saying? On the real, I was telling him, like, man, hey, we had this discussion, nigga, on my YouTube channel the other day. Y'all should have been there. Woo, 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 woo. You know, and this is how me and the shorties be talking every day, G. Every day. And I guarantee you that if, and that's what I'm gonna have, man. That's what my next show gonna be. That's what my next show gonna be. On everything good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick a couple of I ain't gonna nah. Cause I can't have them on here acting crazy. Cause the principal will be up my ass. But I'm gonna pick a couple of shouties from a couple of my classes. I ain't gonna tell them what to say or nothing, or nothing. And you know, I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna send them the link. I'm gonna have them jump on the show, and then you know, I'm gonna have them give you some feedback on what we've been talking about in class. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? uh I can't make them come, you know what I'm saying, because this is my public channel. That's all it is, condition. You know what I'm saying? I and then like CPS, they real funny about how you assign extra credit anyway. You know what I mean? So I gotta be careful. Maybe I can add it, maybe I can get them some community service hours. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what I could do. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, it is public, and I just gotta be careful. That's all. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Tell somebody about what I'm doing over here so I can get a couple more viewers. I feel like this is a discussion that I really wanted to have with the fam. You know what I mean? And wanted to see what am I tripping? You know what I mean? Cause I'm doing all I can, and I goddamn it, look, I love to hear some parent be complaining about, you know, what I done did, you know, cause see, it's documented, right? I got a little spreadsheet at my computer at work, right? How many times I called you, how many times you let it go to voicemail, how many times you said he ain't here right now and you busy. I got it all documented, you know? And I mean, as an educator, man, it don't feel good giving out all these F's and incompletes, you know, next week. It don't feel good, you know. I mean, I just don't have no answers, you know. Man, man, peace and love, Max, man, peace and love, bro. Maybe we can have this discussion on your channel too. You know what I'm saying? Who responsibility it is to get these shorties to come to class? Who responsibility is it? You see, I mean, like, cause I can't come to your crib, make sure they on, then go back to work and then do the lesson. You feel me? Like I ain't again, like I ain't trying to pin no roses on myself or nothing, right? Man, I put a lot of thought into my lesson plan. Like if I opened up Google Classroom, and I just think that for you know, for out of professionalism, I just don't want to show my assignments in Google Classroom. I would have to ask permission, and I didn't before I went live. But if I showed you the progression of how I assign my assignments, right? All right, boom. This week we doing proper research. Then boom. Next week, show me an example of you doing proper research. Then next week, show me an example of misleading information. Boom. Next, then the week after that, show me how misleading information led to tragedy. Right? See what I mean? And so by doing this, we open a discussion to talk about who the guy that had the people drinking the cyanide with the Kool-Aid, Jim Jones. We open up discussions like, you know, to talk about that. That's not something I would necessarily discuss in U.S. history, right? But by just delving into how misinformation can send people off and the ramifications of it, right? not just who you voted for, but literally it can lead to your death. You say it certainly won't lead to the uplift of our community, on the flip side. But boom, getting back to what I was saying, the progression of my assignments, right? Then the next assignment after that was whatever that discipline was, So if we're talking about U.S. history now, based on misinformation and primary sources, now you have the tools to do proper research on what? Civilizations before Columbus. Now you have the tools to do what? How to anticipate problems that might come up in building a city. Now you have the tools to do what? Do proper research on how the Pan-African movement started, some of the challenges it had. Is it practical today? Was it practical back then? What were some of the downfalls? What were some of the accomplishments? What were some of the things we need to repeat? What are some of the things we need to leave behind? These are discussions that we having on Google Classroom. I would love to get back in person, but this is what's happening in my classrooms, and for people to say, let's give up. Let's give up. Fuck the community. Fuck the community. Let it burn. What you letting burn is what I'm doing. That's why I have to take it personal in a way. I try to practice the 4 agreements, and one of the 4 agreements, don't take anything personal. But by literally saying, let the community burn, let the community burn, you're literally saying, let my work burn. Peace, Chief Holiday. That's a discussion for another day. But the CIA, just for historical purposes, the CIA didn't exist when Henry Sylvester Williams coined the phrase. But getting back to what I'm saying, at the end of the day, we have to find a way to inspire our children to want education in a deeper way, not just education for a job. This is something that I preach in my classes. You don't go to college to get a job. That's not why you go. You go to college to come back home and create some jobs so that you can employ abos and Hebrew Israelites and Moors and fucking Pan-Africanists and everybody else. Employ everybody, goddammit, and then we can build a big ass room where we can go and argue with each other in. You see, that's why you go to college. You don't go to college to get a good job. You don't go and get a engineering degree and give all your intellectual capacity to Pfizer or the Bell Labs, or no. Yeah, maybe you go and work at Bell Labs and learn some of their processes, some of their disciplines, uh, uh, some of that, some of the things that they do. Maybe we can look at these companies and learn some things uh, uh, from what they are doing, and maybe we can mimic it. Maybe we can mimic it, make it our own. Um, and man, I didn't mean any disrespect, brother. I didn't mean any disrespect. So just to be clear, I had just got worked up and I just said abos, but people who identify as Aboriginal or Native American. Um, I was trying to include y'all in the discussion. But what I'm saying is, what about the children? See, we can have these intellectual discussions and with all of their complexities. Understand, y'all, some of those complexities I can't take back to the classroom because they don't have the benefit of knowing white reaction to perceived black progress and reaction to the what the white reaction to World War II and how black folks felt about the crack era as well. It wasn't just white people hating and saying lock them up. Understand that the black community was saying that, and it was because we going on 15 years of deprivation in the black community. See, all of these things, go into wider discussions. You know what I'm saying? Wider discussions. Man, I was just trying to come up with the most politically correct term. That's all I meant, Chief. Like I said, I meant no disrespect, bro. Right? But when I'm winding down, it's not because we going back and forth and everything. All I'm saying is to get back to the point. Responsibility. It is something that I learned with the last organization that I was with. Shout out to my mentor, Sael and Omar Moore. These are the founders of Innovation High School downtown Chicago. What I learned from them was if it's everybody's responsibility, it won't get done. If it's everybody responsibility, you better believe that it's probably not gonna happen. Right? It has to be, 51-49 on at least one side. Now, again, as an educator, in my opinion, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. In my opinion, though, my responsibility is to model the behavior that I expect. Always try to be as judicial as possible. Understand that every statement that is said in anger is not directed at me. Sometimes it comes from a completely different place. Understand that my anger has no place in the classroom, especially dealing with our jewels. My responsibility is to make our lessons rigorous, number one. Number two, that they actually learn something. I think I can say with confidence that all of my students are learning, that regularly come to class. I can see the progression in their writing. I can see the progression in what they say in terms of their class participation in Google Classroom. So I can hear the progression, and I can see the progression, and I can justify it to my assistant principal. She our lead in terms of education. Uh, um, at the end of the day, my other responsibility is to make sure that the learning is not boring. As I showed y'all earlier in our Build the City project, I don't, man. If I could share with y'all some of the reflective papers that I got back from my students, um, you know, it would justify, and I would be proud in saying that they were not bored. They were not bored. you know, and I'm never monotone. How I talk with y'all and how, man, I might get a little more worked up when I'm at work. And I was bouncing off the walls. I was so energized by what had happened towards the end of the school year and leading into the school year, and I'm still on fire with the passing of our good brother George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor, the stories that were publicized, I felt like I had the ammunition, the bullets in my gun, if you will, to uh, do what was necessary in class, to be energized in class, especially with the classes that I'm teaching, you know. And I'm pumped up, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to get back up in there after Christmas break. I mean, to be honest with y'all, and I mean, this is just my experience as an educator, right? Veterans Day, bad being the first holiday in the middle of the week, and then you have Thanksgiving on the brink. This is a shutdown season for most kids. Um, they do as little as possible to make sure that they don't fail and that their progress report ain't bogus before Christmas, right? But it's shutdown season. I expect to have less kids in class. I mean, if we was living in school, any educator would tell you that this is the time when attendance go down. Uh, in a high school setting. Uh, Attendance is always greatly affected between Veterans Day and the Christmas holiday. Um, but I will also say that um, this is just advice on, you know, you could give your kids or you could give an educator, right? Always make the path to getting an A in the class clear and concise. Everybody that has taken my class from September to now if they showed up, knew exactly what they needed to do to pass, what they needed to do to be above average, and what they needed to do to be excellent, right? And they probably can repeat it verbatim now. It's a quote that I have memorized from, our great ancestor, Dr. Martin Luther King. And it goes like this. He says, there is nothing in the world more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. We have a moral obligation to be intelligent. you know. I say it so often that they probably could say it themselves, you know. And that's the goal. It's excellence. You turn in the paper, man, I give it back to you. Hey, fix these misspelled words. You turn in the paper again, man, I don't like the thought in line 2 through 7. Here, come back with a better thought, and I just keep giving it back to them, because the goal, one more time, is excellence. See, in that, the process of getting to excellence, this is where the learning happens. I am not the teacher that give 1,000 assignments, you know. I give, you know, an assignment, and then I make sure that I get the most excellence that I can out of each student according to, the challenges, or according to the handbook as it is prescribed. Because, hey, man, look, it might sound rough, right? But, you know, I don't accept none. I don't accept any excuses. Excuses are to be overcome and circumstances are to be met. The standard is the standard, goddammit. That's what it is. You see? And so all my students know that. And I don't change. And I don't care if they cry. I don't care if blood trickle out their ear. I don't care if they mama come cussing. If they stepdaddy come threatening. I don't care. I didn't always work in a school either. You know, you know, fear don't run nothing over here. What I do from my heart, and my intentions are pure, and my integrity is intact, and my goals and my expectations are clear. So what you would tell your shorty in advice is, look, Joe, constantly find out, constantly ask the teacher, what do I need to do to get an A? What do I need to see? Right? What do you need to see? I mean, for me to get an A in this class, what do I need to do to be excellent in this class? Would be a better question. And if the teachers say exactly what that is, deliver that and a little bit more, and you will never fail a class. Never, never. You see, the reason why is because the effort is built in. If you approach it in that way, the effort is built in. You know. So one more time, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Y'all, I've been on this boy a little bit too long. I ain't even mean to be on this long. Right, but I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Um, I hope that you were inspired by what my students are doing, and have a little more belief, a little more faith, a little more optimism in our community. Know that your good brother, your boy Rob over here, I'm doing all I can with what I got, fam. You know what I'm saying? With what I got, and I'm trying to add on, right? You know, the best thing you could do, man. Hey, man, walk with me in the fight, Joe. You know, walk with me. Go try to reach for one. You know, I know it ain't easy. Trust me. I've been doing this a long time, so I know it's not easy. But we can't give up. You see, we can't give up. You know, so with that, you know, I say, man, one more time, I appreciate y'all rocking with me this long, and man, until next time, y'all, peace out, and I'll see y'all on the next stream.